Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, maniacs and savages of all ages. Welcome to the Delaware Water Gap, New Jersey, for this second annual trail running doubleheader. The following exhibition is a rematch of an epic bout that happened 1 year ago, where the champion claimed 13 DNFs, including our challenger. This event is brought to us by the Athletic Equation and is scheduled to start at 6 o'clock in the morning with a strict 12-hour time limit. We will begin with the most difficult race in the Ultramarathon division. Introducing first, the challenger. Across the Delaware River and 90 minutes south, this ultra newcomer has actually been recognized a few times. By other runners, not the press. We live in the era of the savage runner, in a time when countless others have already achieved far greater feats than he'll ever dream of. But for a 50K, he's here to stand among the toughest maniacs on the East Coast. This runner has embarked on a quest to complete 10 ultramarathons in 10 different states, and a finish today would make number 9. At 44 years of age, his lifetime ultramarathon record credits 8 victories and only 2 defeats. However, only one of them is officially a DNF, and that was right here 1 year ago. Standing 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing in at a lean, mean 175 pounds. Running fitness score, 81.7. Not going to be anywhere near the front of a pack in an ultra, but hey, it's higher than last year. He has a VO2 max of 50. Is that good? He doesn't know, but his watch tells him things and it sounds good. According to him, his most noteworthy metric, without question, is a 12-month average of a shockingly low resting heart rate of 44 beats per minute. He's the man with the 20-something body, the 40-something face, and the 60-something hair from Media, Pennsylvania, the Nature Man, Joey B. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Introducing the champion. In the state of New Jersey at the Delaware Water Gap stands a terrible mountain. Born from the diabolical minds that brought you the Mount Tammany 10, this new companion race is held the following day on a different part of the mountain. Wasting no time, the course plunges into Worthington State Forest and goes right up Mount Tammany. It will be rocky. At the top, runners will pass by the lovely Sunfish Pond, and it will seem like the end of their tedium, only to quickly give way to more rocks. Soon the course reaches the Sunfish Fire Road and the Lollipop, including a bog, a barbed wire fence, and scenery inspired by the Blair Witch Project. Finally, runners must descend the mountain, where the risk of injury is highest, and complete a 6.8-mile course. Now some will say, but if you be careful, it's not even that far or that high. However, victory in the Ultramarathon division means these maniacs must last 5 rounds with the champion. In its full glory, the course will comprise a blistering 5 loops, a whopping 34 miles, over 8,000 feet of elevation, a tight 12-hour time limit. It's the panic of pedestrians, the worry of walkers, the horror of hikers, the torment of trekkers, It's the apprehension of anyone foolish enough to sign up for this race! It's the Terror of Tammany! 50K plus.
And get out of here. Take care of yourselves out there. Woo! Have fun. Ready, set, go. Welcome back. Here we go. Welcome back.
Okay, it's about 8 a.m. It's the end of round 1, and it's not even cold. That's good. So things are looking a little different from last year. I'm about to get going. I just had a bacon avocado tortilla. Amazing. Did I mention how good the aid stations are with athletic equation events? It's like, what movie do I feel like I'm in this time? Probably Casino. Remember that part in Casino? De Niro's arguing with Sharon Stone, and she thinks she's gonna take their kid away from him, and he's like, look in these eyes. Do you see anything in these eyes that tells you you can take my child away from me? And that's how I am. I'm like, do you see anything here? Do you see anything in these eyes that tells you I'm gonna DNF? I don't think so. Let's go. And we're gonna do a little time jump here. All right, time skip. It's about 10:30. It's a little later than I wanted to be, but it's about an hour ahead of where I was last year, so that's a good sign. I'm at mile 14, and we're starting round 3. Now, I'm in pretty good shape. I think there's no way I don't finish this race, but The part I just came from was one of the most treacherous parts on the whole course. But unfortunately, we couldn't see it because I think it might have been private property, so I'm trying to be respectful. But if we could see the course profile again, after that bog, it goes straight for a little bit, straight and flat. Then it gets to this point where you're passing by the reservoir, and on one side is bushes, and on the other side is this fence with barbed wire, like right at eye level. And then in between is rocks. Now, I mean, as long as you're not being careless, you're not gonna snag an eyeball or anything, but you could if you were not paying attention. But before and after the reservoir are some of the only portions where I feel like I can actually run on the course, like right here. A lot of other times I'm just trying to move as smoothly as I can, but it's more like a power walk. And the last thing I need is injury for a 5-loop course. Thank you. Yeah. Back at base camp, I want to give another shout out to the outstanding aid stations from the athletic equation. Check this out. Boom. Now that's what I call options. Of course, water and tailwind. Now I'm gonna go to work. Oh, that was amazing, and I feel great now. To be honest, I was getting some gurgly stomach action on the way down the mountain the last time, starting to not feel so great. Now I'm right back up. So it's all about feeling normal at the end of the 4th loop, because that was not the case last year. So thank you again, volunteers, for the aid stations. Phenomenal. I was a little gluttonous actually, and I'm a pretty slow stopper. It's a weakness of mine, but what did I say last time? Terror of Tammany 2026. I want to be finishing with an hour or 2 to spare. And it's looking like that might happen, at least an hour. Okay, here we go. One more time skip, and then we're really gonna see how improved I am this year. Ready? Time skip. It's 3:30. It's the middle of round 5, and we're at Sunfish Pond again, and I'm feeling really good. I gotta say, I trained hard this winter, and it paid off. I am going the distance with the champion. 5 rounds, and the champ has gotten no shots in yet, just incidental contact. I'm feeling really strong. I mean, I can tell that I'm a ways into this, and my legs are feeling it. And the bottom of my feet feel like it was rubbed with sandpaper for like a while. But most importantly, my stomach feels great. I think I've been getting the nutrition dialed in, even though I've been really like slow on the stoppages. But I don't know what anyone else is like. I guess all ultra runners have high metabolism. I mean, I thought I had a high metabolism before I started running ultras, and now, whoa. But these days, I'm weighing in at 10 pounds less than I was in college. No, it's working out. I weigh less than ever, and at the same time, I'm eating more than ever. So I had a huge dinner last night. I had 2 breakfasts today. I've been eating something solid in between every round today. I mean, this is the most I've eaten in a race ever. But I was feeling low at a few points. I know if I didn't eat a lot, I'd be finished by now. And that's what happened last year. But not this year. If I can finish the race before 5 p.m., I'll be happy with that. If I'm cutting into the last hour of the time limit, I don't know if I've improved enough. It's 4:30 now, so it's gonna be a little close, but I think I can make it back before 5. And we're gonna use the head mount and the poles. Now, I'm a pretty fast downhill runner. I'm comfortable with rocks, but I mean, I don't throw caution to the wind completely like that one guy in the blue. So that head mount lets me capture way better shots on the steep inclines and go faster too, because my hands are free for the trekking poles. So that is quite the upgrade that I got as a Christmas present 2 Christmases ago. So thank you, Kristen. And oh yes, ladies, Kristen is my sister. All right.
That's what it looks like to finish a 50K.
Thank you.
Well done, Joe.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
I want to rock and roll.
You just rock and roll.
Ooh.
Good job, 51. Welcome back to Retribution, right?
Yeah.
Well done, my friend.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Way to get it done.
thank you. This guy is a mastermind course maker.
This
on a
guy
great race.
got it done.
Thank you. An hour to spare and then some. I did it much stronger this year. Thank you guys.
Great job, bro.
Good.
Great job.
Well earned. Nothing given, right?
That's right. I took it across the finish line and feeling good. I mean, I can't believe it. I was feeling confident. I was expecting to be stronger than ever, but this was one of the smoothest finishes and strongest finishes I've had in ultras, and this is without question the most difficult course that I've done yet. Last year I stood right here and said I quit after 4 rounds, and this year blasted it out. I mean, there was about 10 minutes where I was sitting down and feeling a little banged up, but I was able to eat. I actually got done before they broke the food down. Not by much. Plus, I think I might have gotten last place, but irrelevant. I got food in me right away. I mean, normally, like, I'm clawing my way to the finish line, then I gotta, like, wait a while to eat. Life is all about growth, right? And Joey B is growing and stronger than ever, so. A big thank you to the Athletic Equation for putting on a great race. Thank you to Alex and the gang. They provided a tough challenge, but certainly the means to get it done. Oh, one thing I forgot to do before I left Mount Tammany was mention this other great race that's by the Athletic Equation, and that's right here, the West Virginia Trail Fest. It was wild. There was an amazing variety of visuals, from the dense forest to fire roads going way up into the mountains. You had expansive views of the countryside. You had fire towers to see an endless sea of pine trees. And then in the distance, you had Snowshoe Mountain Ski Resort, which held the finish line. So, I mean, this race, this was like going through the Wizard of Oz or something. It was an amazing point-to-point race. So this was a rematch this year, but it was by no means the same matchup, because I showed up as a different runner in much better shape. And I covered that in a training video I did a few weeks ago, actually. So if you want to check out what it took for me to get to the next level and get this race done this year, you can find that link in the description. But suffice it to say, the Stairmaster had a lot to do with that. Well, the state of New Jersey is a worthy contender for being one of my 10 ultramarathons in 10 different states, what I call Ultramania. And that's a series of adventures I lined up for myself over the last 3 years to really get a huge variety of landscape on the East Coast. That led me to think, well, what would be the 10th one? What would be the finale that blew all the other ones out of the water? And that is the quest for the Crest in the town of Burnsville, North Carolina, deep in the heart of the Smoky Mountains. That is also a 50-kilometer trail race, but it has 12,000 feet of elevation and some of the most rugged terrain out there. They said you're not going to be running much. Yeah, this race has multiple warnings on the website of extreme danger. And then since I've signed up, now that's getting close to the race, I've received multiple warnings in email saying things like, if you haven't been training by now, quit. They're saying things like, hey, if you're not paying attention, there's spots where, oh, you just fell off right there and died. But to be honest, those sort of things just make it more exciting and more like I want the pleasure of having done that event. Everything is looking like it would have to be for me to finish this race and not die or become hospitalized in May. So I'm gonna get right back to training, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in 2 months in May in North Carolina at the quest for the Crest.